Have you ever asked yourself how a small, landlocked country like Switzerland quietly became one of the richest nations on Earth without flashy headlines or massive natural resources? In this video, you'll discover 8 powerful Swiss money strategies that have quietly built millionaires across generations and kept Switzerland financially stable while other economies collapsed. These aren't just tips for the Swiss. If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, or you're serious about building real generational wealth, these timeless principles could completely shift how you think about money. And make sure you stay for strategy number 8. It's the one that reveals why the most boring financial moves might secretly be the most profitable. Let's dive in. Why is Swiss wealth culture different, and what can you learn from it? Switzerland may be small in size, but when it comes to wealth, it punches far above its weight. This didn't happen by accident. Swiss financial culture is rooted in centuries of political neutrality, economic stability, and a collective national mindset that prioritizes security over speculation. Historically, Switzerland's decision to remain neutral during both world wars meant it escaped the physical and economic destruction that hit much of Europe. While neighboring countries rebuilt, Switzerland preserved and grew. This gave rise to its now world-famous banking system, one built on privacy, trust, and a long-term view of capital. Over time, Swiss society developed a unique relationship with money. Financial caution became a cultural norm, not just a personal choice. People saved more, borrowed less, and taught their children the value of discretion and planning. This cultural DNA shows up everywhere, from conservative investment portfolios to structured pension systems. Even Swiss children are introduced to saving and budgeting from a young age, often with hands-on education programs in schools. What can you learn from this? Simple. Wealth isn't just about income. It's about habits. And in Switzerland, the habit is to play the long game quietly, methodically, and without unnecessary risk. But before we start the first strategy, let me say this. Don't be intimidated by the word Swiss. You don't have to live in Geneva or wear a luxury watch to apply these ideas. These aren't billionaire tactics. These are simple, structured habits that everyday people can use, even if you're starting from zero. In fact, many of these strategies came from middle-class Swiss families who just wanted financial peace. They weren't chasing Lambos. They were focused on control, consistency, and protection. So as we go through each point, ask yourself, how can I make this fit my reality? How can I tweak this for my paycheck, my goals, my country? Because wealth isn't one size fits all, but a mindset that's universal. Before going further, if you're ready to build wealth that lasts, not just looks good on Instagram, go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We break down timeless financial wisdom so you can outgrow the noise and win the long game. Strategy 1. Make saving a system, not a decision. Switzerland has one of the highest personal savings rates in the world, hovering around 18 to 20%, compared to the US average of under 6%. Why? Because in Swiss culture, saving isn't an afterthought. It's baked into the system. Pensions, employer-matched retirement contributions, and personal third pillar accounts, like Pillar 3A, are the norm, not optional extras. Here's the mindset. Your money should work before you do. Every paycheck is split immediately. A portion goes into mandatory Social Security and retirement. Another goes into long-term savings or investment vehicles. Only after that do Swiss consumers decide how much is left to spend. This system protects people from lifestyle creep and future-proofing neglect. It also builds financial resilience quietly, month after month. Now, set up automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts right when you get paid. Pretend your income is 20% lower than it is. Future, you will be shocked by how fast it compounds. Strategy 2. Privacy is wealth protection. Swiss financial culture is famously discreet, and that's by design. The legendary Swiss banking law of 1934 made it a criminal offense to disclose client information without consent, cementing Switzerland's reputation as the safest place to store wealth. While international pressure has eroded some of this secrecy in recent years, the core idea still holds. Money moves quietly. Loud money is often temporary. Whether it's digital security, legal asset protection, or simply declining to show off your gains on social media, the Swiss understand that financial peace thrives in silence. You don't need to bank in Zurich to apply for this. Start by keeping your financial goals private, using password managers and encrypted email, avoiding public financial oversharing, using legal structures like trusts or holding companies for complex portfolios. In a world obsessed with sharing, Swiss strategy says, protect first, flex never. Strategy 3, invest conservatively but relentlessly. Swiss investors are not gamblers. You won't find them YOLOing into meme stocks or chasing the latest cryptocurrency hype train. Instead, their wealth-building approach can be summed up in one word: preservation. Switzerland has a deep tradition of investing in diversified, stable, long-term assets. That means blue-chip European and global stocks, Swiss government bonds, gold. Switzerland is one of the world's largest gold refineries. Real estate in prime locations, defensive sectors like pharmaceuticals and utilities. Why so conservative? Because Swiss investors understand this timeless rule. Making money is one thing, keeping it is another. Their portfolios are built to survive downturns, not just thrive in bull markets. And over time, that consistency compounds far more effectively than risky plays. Swiss pension funds are invested for long-term safety and returns. How can you adopt this? You can start with a globally diversified ETF, like VT or VWRL, and allocate to fixed income to reduce volatility. Moreover, you can rebalance annually and ignore hype-driven investments unless they align with long-term goals. Wealth isn't about speed, it's about staying power. Strategy 4. Minimize debt like it's a virus. In Switzerland, debt is culturally frowned upon, especially consumer debt. It's not just about interest rates, it's about mindset. The Swiss are raised with the idea that if you can't afford it now, you probably shouldn't have it yet. Flashy car loans, revolving credit cards, and buy now, pay later traps are rare. In fact, credit card usage in Switzerland is far lower than in most developed countries. Even mortgages are treated cautiously. The Swiss banking system enforces strict lending rules. Borrowers often need to contribute 20% or more as a down payment, and mortgages are structured for long-term repayment, not interest-only risk traps. To reduce debt burden, there's a Swiss mortgage systems that avoid debt bubbles. Want to follow suit? Pay off high-interest debt immediately. Use debit cards or prepaid accounts for daily spending. Delay gratification. Give first, buy later. Avoid financing liabilities, cars, gadgets, and focus on acquiring assets. As the saying goes, interest can either work for you or against you. The Swiss choose the former. You don't have to be Swiss to build wealth like one, but you do have to start thinking long-term. If you're learning something new right now and you're serious about using quiet, proven financial habits to build a better future, pause for a second, hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with someone who's been treating money like a lottery ticket. Real-life example, the Zurich watchmaker. Let's bring this closer to home with a story, one that mirrors thousands of real-life scenarios across Switzerland. Meet Lucas, a third-generation watchmaker in Zurich. He doesn't drive a flashy car or live in a mansion. His workshop is modest, but what you don't see is more important than what you do. Lucas is worth over 3 million Swiss francs. How? It started with his grandfather, who opened the family's first watch repair shop after World War II. He saved diligently, avoided debt, and eventually bought a small building in Zurich to house the business. That property, now fully paid off, is worth over 1.5 million francs alone. Lucas's father continued the legacy by investing profits into gold and Swiss bonds, diversifying slowly and safely. Each generation added something: a new savings habit, an extra rental property, a better insurance policy. None of them played the stock market like a casino. None of them flaunted their wealth. But today, Lucas enjoys a calm financial life, debt-free, with a reliable cash flow and a growing retirement fund. This is the Swiss way. Generational wealth through patience, not performance. No lottery wins, no viral businesses. Just discipline, planning, and protection. Strategy 5. Treat taxes as a game of strategy. In Switzerland, tax planning isn't something the wealthy do to get around the system. It's something everyone does intentionally. The Swiss financial system rewards those who plan ahead. And it's not just for millionaires. Even middle-income families optimize their finances through Pillar 3A contributions, tax-deductible retirement savings, buying property to leverage mortgage interest deductions, relocating to low-tax cantons. Zug and Schwyz are tax havens within the country, structuring business income and dividends for efficiency. Smart charitable giving for write-offs. The Swiss don't cheat, they just play smart. Even Switzerland's tax system encourages personal wealth planning. What can you learn from this? Think ahead. What can you deduct next year? Set up retirement accounts with tax advantages, e.g. Roth IRA, 401k, ISA. Consult with a tax advisor, not just once a year, but quarterly. Tax isn't just a bill. It's an opportunity if you treat it like a strategy game. Strategy 6. Own gold, not just as a trend, but as insurance. Switzerland is practically synonymous with gold. Not only does it house some of the world's largest gold vaults, hello Zurich, but 70% of the world's gold flows through Swiss refineries. That's no accident. It's a reflection of trust, security, and stability. Swiss investors view gold not as a speculative asset, but as a permanent layer of protection. Gold isn't about getting rich. It's about staying solvent when the world gets crazy. Swiss wealth managers typically recommend allocating 5 to 10% of net worth into physical gold, not ETFs or paper gold, but actual bullion stored in secure vaults. Do you wonder why Switzerland is the world's gold capital? Because gold holds wealth even when the world goes nuts. Why should you consider gold? It hedges against currency devaluation. It holds value during inflation or geopolitical tension. It's outside the traditional banking system. Privacy plus control. Swiss investors don't panic when markets crash. They've already built in resilience. Want to Swissify your portfolio? Add a slice of timeless value that doesn't depend on Wall Street. Strategy 7. Protect your assets like a fortress. In Switzerland, protecting wealth isn't an afterthought. It's just as serious as building it. The Swiss don't wait for recessions or lawsuits before taking action. They build safeguards in advance, like locking the vault before the storm ever hits. They spread their assets across different countries and currencies. They set up trusts and foundations to shield family wealth. They even use whole life insurance plans, not just for coverage, but as tools for long-term asset protection. And when it comes to business, they separate personal finances from liabilities by using holding companies. Estate planning, yeah, that's done way before retirement. It's a long-term play, and they take it seriously. And let's not forget, Switzerland's rock-solid legal system plays a huge role in all this. It's one of the reasons why the country has been a global hub for financial privacy and protection for centuries. Switzerland is also famous for its solid legal framework that protects personal and financial privacy, a legacy rooted in centuries of stability. The bottom line? You don't wait until disaster strikes to protect what you've built. You do it now, just like the Swiss. Strategy 8. Privacy isn't paranoia, it's a financial advantage. Privacy isn't secrecy. And in Switzerland, it's not just respected. It's considered a financial virtue. This isn't about hiding your money. It's about keeping control over who can access your financial information and why. The Swiss treat financial privacy like we treat medical records, sensitive, personal, and no one else's business. Now, why does that matter? Because when your financial life is too exposed, you open yourself up to risks. In unstable regions, it can even mean legal or political trouble. For everyday folks like us, it's about avoiding phishing scams, extortion attempts, or simply being targeted because someone thinks you have money. And let's not forget, when people don't know what you're worth, you negotiate better, you think clearly, your goals stay personal, not performative. This isn't paranoia, it's positioning. And no, you don't need a Swiss bank account to do this. Just start small. Keep your money goals offline. Use secure apps to manage your budget. Don't share every investment win on social media. And maybe even separate your bank accounts so travel money doesn't mix with your rent money or your side hustle funds. Because in a world obsessed with sharing, silence is strategy. How to start applying these Swiss strategies, even if you're broke. You might be thinking, this all sounds great, but I'm not Swiss and I'm not rich. The good news? You don't have to be. These strategies aren't about being wealthy. They're about becoming wealthy slowly, consistently, and intentionally. Here are 3 simple ways to get started, no matter your current income. 1. Set up an automatic transfer. Yes, even as low as $10 into a separate savings account or ETF. It's not about the amount, it's about building the habit. Second, stop posting every financial win online. Turn off the urge to flex. Keep your goals, income, and investment plans private. In a world of oversharing, this is your edge. 3. No matter your country, there are likely tax-advantaged tools available to you, even if it's a retirement plan, a health savings account, or small business deductions. Use them. Smart tax choices make a huge difference long-term. Always keep in mind that Swiss wealth isn't built on speed or size. It's built on structure. And structure isn't just about where you put your money. It's about the way you make financial decisions. Calm, informed, and without emotion. The next time you get paid, pause. Ask yourself, how much of this can I protect? How much can I make invisible to temptation? You don't need to go full monk mode. You just need to shift from reaction to intention. If it's setting financial boundaries, hiding your savings from your spending account, or scheduling a 30-minute money check-in every Sunday, structure gives you the upper hand. Swiss habits don't scream. They compound. If you're stuck on which way to go, you can get a beginner's guide to Swiss-style saving and investing. If you've watched this far, here's what's clear. You're not just trying to look rich. You're ready to build real wealth, the kind that grows quietly and lasts generations. And that's exactly what the Swiss do best. Now it's your turn. Pick one of these 8 strategies and implement it this week. Maybe it's setting up a tax-advantaged retirement plan. Maybe it's buying a bit of gold. Maybe it's having a private, real conversation with your spouse about legacy. Whatever it is, do it today, not tomorrow, because the Swiss secret isn't speed, it's clarity, control, and compounding. If this video gave you a new perspective, share it with someone who wants long-term peace, not just short-term profit. Check out our other breakdowns of timeless global wealth systems, from Chinese dynasties to Jewish financial frameworks. Press the subscribe and notification to get more videos that money schools never teach. Press the like button. Fortunes rise, fortunes fall, but real wealth, it's built like the Alps, strong, slow, and immovable. Now, which Swiss strategy will you start with? Let us know in the comments section. And here's a challenge for you. Don't just drop a comment. Take one of these ideas and act on it today. Not tomorrow, not next payday. Today. Maybe it's setting a $10 auto transfer. Maybe it's deleting that credit card from your favorite shopping app. Maybe it's starting a spreadsheet and naming it Wealth Plan. Just do something, because Swiss wealth wasn't built in weeks. It was built in tiny, quiet moves that added up over time. You've got this. Now go move like a Swiss.